Adrian Goldberg
on BBC WM
95.6.
The voice of Birmingham and the Black Country.
Let's reflect this morning on the pretty gruesome video which shows Islamic militants beheading the American journalist James Foley. David Cameron is on his way back to Downing Street today for emergency talks on the issue. It's a very disturbing story in itself. A journalist covering a conflict, having his head cut off. Horrific, gruesome. What makes this even more troubling for us is that the masked militant in the video speaks with a British accent. And it's thought that up to 500 British people have gone over to the Middle East to fight jihad with these Islamic State militants. So what can we do to stop British people fighting jihad? I wonder, maybe you've got a few thoughts. Let's get a word with Khalid Mahmood, who is the MP for Perry Barr. Khalid, good morning.
Morning, Adrian.
It's a terrible story,
absolutely
Khalid.
Horrendous, absolutely disgraceful in this day and age that people prepare to do these sort of things. There's no words for it, Adrian. It's just barbaric, and we all need to condemn this outright.
It is worrying, though, isn't it, Khalid, that we've got 500 British militants now who've joined Islamic State?
Well, Adrian, I dispute that figure, and I've said it's a lot more than that. I would say between 1,500 to 2,000 from the UK. This has been going on for over 3 years now. I've been pointing it out to the security services and to the government for a long time. This is a very, very serious issue that we need to get hold of, and more people are going out at the moment. And what we need to do is to get some sort of a handle and control on it. The border authority isn't prepared to deal with this, nor do they have the wherewithal to do it. They don't have the staff, they don't have the policy to deal with it. We don't know who's going out, who's coming back, and what's happening. And that's why the Prime Minister is coming back, because he fears that there are people that could be coming back that could also create problems in the UK. But if we had a proper border agency that dealt with it for over 3 years, I've been warning, we might be in a better position.
Khalid, stay there if you would. I want to bring in Usman Nawaz, who's a former member of the Young Muslim Advisory Group. Usman, good morning.
Good morning, Adrian.
I don't know if you agree with Khalid's figures of maybe 1,500 to 2,000 British jihadists now, but how do we stop this recruitment here?
It's something that as a community we need to start working really, really hard on. I'm not sure where Mr. Mahmood gets his figures from, but I think what I do agree with him is that it's difficult to know what those exact figures are. The Foreign Secretary this morning has spoken about significant numbers. 2,000, even if we do take that figure out of 1.6 million or even more than that Muslims in the UK, it's still a relatively small figure, but even one person going out to take part in a conflict in Syria or Iraq is one person too many. The community needs to very, very clearly stand up and say that we cannot accept our young people, our older people, boys and girls, young men and women travelling to take part in a conflict that they really don't understand the nuances of. This killing really just highlights the monstrosity that ISIS really is. This barbaric and cruel act goes against the very nature of Islam being a peaceful religion, and there's no way that they can justify this on any religious ground at all, and that message needs to go out very, very clearly.
Do you think this recruitment is going on with the knowledge of people in the wider Muslim community?
No, I don't think it is. If it was going on in the wider Muslim community, it'd be shunned, it would be shut out, because the vast majority of Muslims in the UK completely reject the ideas and ideals of ISIS and everything that they stand for. We do have to accept, though, that there may be elements within our communities, fringe elements, who are seeking to exploit this situation and are seeking to recruit people to go and take part in this struggle. And you can take in the wider context of the Middle East and what's going on in Palestine and the very motive, the very emotions that stirs up. But I think self-radicalization, that the role of social media and internet has a massive role to play in all of this, because this video is easily accessible on Twitter and on YouTube. Anybody wanting to see what ISIS is doing can go and find it, and if they like it and they want to be a part of it, they can quite easily get involved with that. So we need to make sure that the counter narrative from the community, very, very clearly saying that this is not acceptable, is going out there, so people are not misled about the situation.
Khalid, from a political point of view, what can be done?
Well, I think we need to get the authorities to do. I mean, I agree with Nawaz what he said in terms of all the stuff the community needs to do, and I would wholeheartedly support that. I think also what we need to do is look at the way that we've handled the whole Syria situation, and the government really has been caught napping on the whole thing, and the arms that have been supplied, the money that we've supplied to the so-called freedom fighters in Syria, the Americans are supplying, the Saudis and the Qataris are supplying to those people. If you want a regime change, you've got to be open and clear about it and do something proper about it. And if you don't want to do that, then war by proxy leads to these sort of people getting the weapons and the strength that they have. And we need to sort ourselves out in relation to that. And we also need to look at our policies in terms of our border controls and how we deal with people going out and then coming back in again.
Khalid, thanks for your time. Perry Bar MP, Khalid Mahmood. Thanks also to Usman, Nawaz.